It's time now for the Peter Channel 11 a.m. news report on this Wednesday. Wednesday afternoon, April 13th, 2016. Good morning and afternoon, everybody. I am Peter Wiggins. Your 11 a.m. news headlines, and our top story at 11 a.m. is the Donald Trump family town hall was very, very entertaining. Washington, Democratic presidential candidate Bernie Sanders on Wednesday won the backing of New York City transit workers as well as personal endorsement from a Senate colleague less than a week before the New York State primary. Sean Parker, billionaire tech genius, is donating at least $10 million to the University of Pennsylvania to join a new $250 million immunotherapy collaboration with the United 6 leading centers. For resident workers beginning on the East Coast on Wednesday, as the company said it would train thousands of non-union employees to fill those who strike, but union workers say the quality of service will suffer. Washington, 5 out of 8 with the U.S. banks, which are biggest, do not have credible plans for winding down operations during the crisis without the help of public money, federal regulators said on Wednesday. The Alpha and Pfizer believed to contain evidence from the San Bernardino shootings is in the news yet again. This time, the FBI posted sent the hackers for help. What, are they serious? Damascus, Syrians voted in the parliamentary election in the government in other areas in the country, and Wednesday, voters called for short support for President Bashar al-Assad, who is holding the poll in defense of our point to seek an announcement. Organized common prosecutors raided the offices of Basak Fineska law firm Tuesday looking for evidence of money laundering and financing terrorism involving the leak of documents about tax havens that set up wealthy international clients. Spanish police arrested a French widow with the belief that supported wide weapons and a person attacked her eminent colony for use in the joint 2015 attack to the French capital, the Interior Ministry said on Wednesday. A train dispatcher was playing a cell phone game just before 2 trains collided in Germany in February, expected to be charged with involuntary manslaughter. In Bhavendra, India, 24 new deaths were reported from a heat wave in India's eastern Odisha state, bringing the nationwide total with this week to 135, officials said Wednesday. Baghdad, the Islamic State destroyed a 2,000-year-old ancient structure near Iraqi city of Mosul called the Mashki Gate, also known as the Gate of God. Kiev, Ukraine, a coalition led by Ukraine President Petro Poroshenko declared as it started a new administrative leadership for the country. Seoul, North Korea has offered America's murder as incentives to ordinary North Koreans. Panama City, Panama, please. Governor Pat McCrory of North Carolina's executive order does the fix or even put a band-aid on HB2. It does, however, address the man himself where words for the man himself. Dylan Wolf, the man accused of killing 9 people in Charleston, South Carolina church last year, is facing state and federal charges of the massacre. A Chicago cop shot and killed a 16-year-old who after offenses he fled from police. Sparking a protest about the city, more than 100 people gathered a vigil and demonstration Tuesday, day after Pierre Lloyd died during a Monday night shooting. Panel recommends raid changes the Texas jail where Senator Bland died. Washington. RNC Chairman Rance Bennett said Donald Trump should give us a break over the complaints that the nomination process is working against the frontrunner. Amherst. 15 students at the University of Massachusetts Amherst campus demanded that the system divest from fossil fuel investments have been arrested and refused and are sitting at the school administration building. The university said that the students were arrested about 9 p.m. on Tuesday after President Marty Meehan and other key officials agreed to advocate the divestment of fossil fuels from the 5-campus system $770 million endowment. The LA Hampshire Gazette reports that Meehan and trustees Chairman Victor Woolwich said it was the next largest spend after the university divested from direct investment in coal companies last year. Boston, Massachusetts Senate President Senator Rosenberg said senators will debate a public combination bill next month that would expand protections from transgender people. Sales at U.S. retailers unexpectedly fell in March, raising consumer spending and losing momentum. The 0.3% drop in purchases following little changes in Parma. Commerce Department figures showed Wednesday in Washington. J.P. Morgan Chase Company's biggest U.S. bank by assets reported a drop in quarterly profit from its first 5 quarters as costs to cover sound loans to reputable companies and revenue from investment banking decline. This week, a giant diamond dealer with a many-month failure fell as PB Gold officially declared bankruptcy for market watchers around the globe. This was the size of a movement in the long-distance fundamental industry that once seemed invincible. London oil futures traded lower and Wednesday on concerns that the producer meeting Sunday at Doha to discuss freeze that happens will do to trim over supply as well as strengthening dollar. Washington, the State Department has approved the potential $90 million sale. 21 Lockheed Martin built GMLRS rocket system in the French military. New York, a 3-day period for corridor process came to an end Wednesday after OPEC said in a monthly report for April the demand was expected to falter. London, the first bombers of oil are falling from out. Well, at the Salem field in the North Sea, which is a great steady production rate this year, Premier Oil said. Okay, looking at the stocks now. Up 149 points at 78.22.23. SP 5 up 11 points at 68 points at 2073.43. And NASDAQ up 44 points at 4,921.53. Cosmologist Stephen Hawking joined the group of science involved in principal physics. Freeman NASA announced a new breakthrough initiative focused on space exploration and the search for life in. Inc. The Alchemist and Natural Aquarium Museum in Nebula. As would a adaptation nighttime escape. Humans may have infected Neanderthals with various diseases, and new studies suggested that humans may have infected Neanderthals with different types of diseases when they migrated out of America. A new study from Stanford University suggests there's even cheaper, easier method of preventing blisters. Are you still dealt with the ever frustrating problem foot blisters? As more states considered raise the smoking age of train when science plays in the pros and cons for as long as most people can remember. The legal age by possessed tobacco card has been 18 parts of the country. Cooking with vegetable to reduce saturated fat, skin, low cholesterol, but they made out curb the risk of heart disease or add year to life, U.S. said. The sixth virus became more widespread in the United States to the Center of Disease Control and Prevention said on Monday. Showing as many as 30 states included California and Puerto Rico. Okay, take a look at New England alerts in Lowell, Massachusetts. A 2-on fire, 16 Grove Street cruiser working on fire in an unknown residential structure. Rescue in progress. 1 victim aided and removing unknown status had a letter to the scene. Pierre Challenger's arms, now 11:07 and 7 out for a sports report on this late Wednesday afternoon. Tonight, the Boston Red Sox will be at Fenway taking on the Baltimore game time, 7:10 p.m. While the Boston Celtics will be at the Garden taking on the Miami Heat game time, 8 o'clock. The Golden State Warriors have the season for the age 1 year ago. They won 6-7 games in the regular season. Crowned Stephen Curry as unlikely MVP, took home an NBA championship for the first time in 4 years. And while the division got this minimal moment that stood out in Kobe Bryant's Hall of Fame career, in a Founders' first jersey numbers, he was 8 was Bryant's legacy. Former New Orleans State player Will Smith was going to shoot as Cordell Hayes opened fire and killed Smith over the weekend. He training for Hayes, Passenger said in a statement. London environmental changes could lead to numerous stroke cases being brought out. Athletes who test positive for melanoma may be able to avoid sanctions because of lack of scientific evidence on how long the recently banned drug stays. Peter Challenger's arms now 11:08 on this Wednesday morning, and it's time now for a Trevor report. Baby, let's start off down in Providence and vicinity, where it's looking good in this Providence and vicinity. Down in East Bay bridges, the Jamestown and Manout bridges are looking good, but the Newport bridge is slow on both ends. Route 79 on the northbound side will also due to some road work in Fall River around Route 6. Southeastern Massachusetts and Cape Cod highways are looking good. Route 6 from 71 on Orleans. Southeast Express on the northbound side, so from Route 3A all the way at the Mass Pike. 93 in the southbound side, so Snake Bridge all the way at the Mass Pike in downtown Boston. Due to an accident on 93 in the northbound side around Morrissey Boulevard in Boston. And 93 in the southbound side, accident around the Zaka Bridge. Callan Tunnel is slow on the northbound side. 7 Tunnel is looking good. 120 in the southbound side, also from Beverly and Peabody stretches. Highways and byways of Worcester are looking good. Mass Park on the westbound and eastbound sides. Also before I-91 in Chickabee. 291 in the eastbound side. Also after I-91 in Hartford. I-84 on the westbound side. Also between Farmington and switching all the way down for Waterbury, Connecticut. We got an accident on I-84 on the southbound side just around. Route 7 in Danbury, so expectedly run I-84. Route 15 in Mary Parkway on the westbound side. So between Bridgeport and Norwalk. 95 on the southbound side. So from Norwalk all the way down to Greenwich, Connecticut. I-95 on the southbound side, we could act around 287 in Port Chester, New York. 91 on the southbound side, also on a Middletown stretch. Long Expressway on the westbound side, it did so between Hempstead and Midtown Manhattan. Long Expressway on the eastbound side, it did so up to Midtown Manhattan Bridge. FDR Drive is so from Upper East Side all the way up to Harlem. 95 on the northbound side, it did so from Fort Lee, New Jersey, all the way past the George White Bridge into the Bronx to New York City. Lincoln Tunnel, it's slow in both ends, but Holland Tunnel is looking good. 278 on the eastbound side, it did so from Ramsey Bridge all the way up to Brooklyn. Belt Parkway is slow for the Brooklyn stretch. Belt Parkway and westbound town. Also over the Brooklyn stretch, 678 on both ends of it. So from JFK Airport all the way up to 278. And 278 in the eastbound side. A little surrounding New Jersey Turnpike. New Jersey Turnpike looking good from Newark all the way down to the Delaware border. Garden State Park is looking from Wildwood all the way up to New York City. Pennsylvania Turnpike is looking from Philly to Pittsburgh. 95 is looking good from Baltimore all the way down to Wilmington, Delaware. And New York State Freeway is looking from New York all the way up to Pennsylvania border. And I-80 a little surrounding Route 380 just south of Scranton. And highways in Vermont and New Hampshire may not looking good except 91 and southbound side. Also before Route 93 down in Vermont. Okay, look at MBTA alerts at 11:10. Worcester train, 518, 10:48 minute miles with departed Western is operated 20-25 minutes behind scheduled to track work. Subway slips at SL5 and SL4 Civil Line experiencing minor delays, and on the ferries they are looking good. Peter telling the times now, 11:11 on this Wednesday morning going into Wednesday afternoon, and it is time now for our weather report. For today, South got about 53 degrees, north about 7 to 9 miles an hour. Tonight, most of got a low about 30 degrees, light north wind. For Thursday, steady skies about 52, low about 30 degrees, northeast with about 8 to 11 miles per hour, shifting into about 6 miles per hour to the north on Thursday night. Friday, steady clear skies about 52, about 32 degrees, and chance of precipitation 0% with the northeast with about 9 to 11 miles an hour. For Saturday, Sunday, most clear skies about 56, about 36 degrees. Sunday, Sunday, most clear skies about 68, about 45 degrees. Monday, most sunny skies, a chance of showers by the night, about 70, about 42 degrees, chance of to 30%. For Tuesday, most sunny skies have about 60 degrees. Currently, not here, it is 52 and fair, humidity 38%, and that is going to be it for the Peter Channel 11 a.m. news report on this April 13, 2016 on a Wednesday. Peter will be a good day with a good party. Have a good day.